Victorians have been reminded that the state's facing an extremely dangerous 5 weeks. 4 days out of every 7 will be deemed either a severe or extreme fire risk, with many parts of the state still baking in extreme heat. Earlier, I spoke to Fire Services Commissioner Craig Lapsley about what we can expect. Craig Lapsley, thanks for joining us. Victoria continues to dry out with no good soaking rain in sight for January or February. How worried are you about the potential for serious bushfires?
We're into a very serious bushfire season this year. We've had a wet winter, but it's been dry since October, so we've had a very dry period. We've got plenty of grass, a lot of grass, very dry. It's now 100% dry, but the bushlands have also dried out. So it's not just about grasslands, it's about grass and bush. An example of that is that we've got a 4,000 hectare fire that's burning in the southwest at the moment. It's been burning now for 2.5 days. It will continue to burn tomorrow, which is a critical fire weather day. And people in the southwest, between Portland and Nelson, will be very clear about it. It's putting up a lot of smoke. And we certainly ask those communities to be very vigilant about the fire that's down in southwestern Victoria.
And how long will this threat exist? Are we talking weeks or months? And which particular areas of the state are you most worried about?
Look, the best we can see is that it continues on definitely for all of January and into February. There is no forecast rain at all, so there's no break. It's interesting, on Wednesday we get it's a slightly cooler day, a lot milder in Victoria on Wednesday, but we go straight back into it Thursday, Friday, and we've got another serious fire day running on Friday. So it's into a 4-day cycle where we're seeing severe days come and go every 4 days. That's the weather that we'll experience all the way through January and into February, so it's not going to go. The critical areas in Victoria is definitely north of the Divide, but we shouldn't underestimate when we get the weather in around Melbourne, it's as serious there. Tomorrow Tuesday, is definitely north of the Great Divide, along the Murray River and all of those associated towns in that area.
How do the conditions compare to what we saw leading up to the destructive Black Saturday fires?
They're quite different. The Black Saturday fires of '09 had 10 years, 11 years of drought preceding, which means we didn't have a lot of fuel. The difference now, we've got large amounts of grass that is dry. So we've got fuel, dry bushland, so we'll see fires that even have the potential to move fast, more intense, and certainly do damage. And I think you only have to reflect on what we've seen in Tasmania in the last couple of days. You know, that level of destruction is potentially in anywhere in southeastern Australia, and I think we need to be very conscious of where we are and what we do when these weather predicaments come and challenge us.
And Craig, given our commitment of firefighters to help out in Tasmania, do we have enough firefighters to cover Victoria in the event of a significant bushfire event?
We do, we certainly do. We run 8,000 firefighters every day to run out the doors at any fire. We sent 64 of our firefighters across to Tasmania. That was a calculated decision. It's the right thing to do, and it doesn't compromise our capability in Victoria.
OK, we wish you well. Craig Lapsley, thanks very much for your time.
Thanks, Jennifer.